Welcome to our webinar. Today, we're talking about the R4 marketing methodology. This is the term we use to describe the marketing systems that we use to help builders and remodelers crush their digital marketing. If you're interested in getting more referrals, if you're interested in boosting your reputation, you're in the right place. We have several videos. They're broken out into individual topics, or you can watch the series to get all of the information from the webinar. So you're going to walk away with actionable insights, things that you can do in your business right away to make an impact. So enjoy. Thanks again for joining us. So we're moving now into finding new leads, right? Net new people who aren't familiar with your business. This is where most people come to us to start. And then we kind of have to reel back and start with some of those foundational pieces first. But now moving into reach and retarget, we're going to find new people to put in front of you every day. So going back to what we said earlier, we're going to drive leads, and these are the three primary categories or places we're going to do that. We're going to put time and energy into organic search engine optimization to get you ranked in Google's results, both on the map as well as in the normal results. Paid advertisements to get you quick return, get your pipeline full quickly. And then we also want to leverage your database. This is something a lot of people overlook. We want to leverage that, those past relationships for reviews, referrals, resell clients all around. So if we look at the first component of driving leads is that local SEO or general SEO, there are some differences between the two. Those are slightly different. So in general, search optimization is a very, very big, broad category. And if I went into the details on this, it would put all of you to sleep. So I'm not going to go through everything. But what I will kind of touch on are the top categories here. So with regards to SEO in general, we have technical SEO, which are the kind of the technical makeup of the website. On-page SEO, which is the content, the structure, which communicates to Google what your message is. Off-page SEO, which is what's happening around the rest of the internet. Are people linking to your site? Are people mentioning your site? Are you coming out in press releases or other publications, right? So off-page means off your site. And then deep content. We want to make sure we're generating new, interesting, valuable content for your readers. Lastly, provide value to your prospects. This should be the cornerstone of everything you do. Provide content that helps them make decisions, provide content that helps them understand what you do. Really, that is kind of the focus of all of the marketing pieces is we want to communicate your business, your values, what you do, and help your consumers make good choices. So looking at local SEO, this is one of the areas that you can really impact. So I want to kind of share some things with you. When we look at traditional SEO, the last client that we brought on board, if we come back here, the last client that we brought on board and ran an audit for, we had over 1,200 items that we needed to update on their website to fully optimize the website. Now that was just technical things that were changing page titles, updating meta descriptions to be better aligned with their content, updating header tags, H1 tags. So these are some of the technical things that might put you to sleep. But we had a list of over 1,200 of those that we have queued up, teed up, and ready to do that are going to impact the client's ability to get ranked. So there are a lot of things that go into an SEO program. I'll focus today, though, on local SEO because this is something that you can have an impact on. So these are the top things that we would recommend for maintaining, or I should say, gaining some presence in the map pack is claim and optimize your Google business profile. That's the foundational piece of getting ranked on Google. Make sure that you claim it. That is not the same as just having a map listing. So there's a difference. Customer reviews, the single biggest thing you can do to get ranked and stay on top is getting reviews. What better way for you to communicate with Google that you do good work than to have your customers tell everybody else publicly on Google by giving you a 5-star review. That is the single biggest thing that you can do to drive more business. Name, address, and phone number. Online directories are important. We want to make sure people know where to find you. That name, address, and phone number should be consistent across all of the different online directories. We find that it is not typically consistent, and most of our clients are not published on very many directories. There are probably thousands, definitely hundreds. There are over 100 that we go after and put our clients on. On-page SEO just means, does your website content and structure align with your Google business profile? There needs to be alignment in order for them to want to put your Google business profile up in the map results, because they know if your Google business profile shows up on the map results, there's a likely chance they're going to go to your website. So they need a consistent message between the two. So that's local SEO. Once we do those things, you want to stay active. You want to make sure you're updating photos. That can be your work, that can be clients, a team, any of those things. Kind of update your photos frequently, post frequently. These are things that we do for our clients as part of our SEO program. Respond to reviews. When you get reviews, it's important to respond, both positive and negative. And then answer questions. Answering questions is also critical to make sure that we're kind of giving people answers. Ideally, if you have a question that is asked a lot, I would even suggest that you have one of your clients go ask you publicly on there so that you can give the answer so that people are able to get answers to their questions before they even need to ask. So paid ads, let's move into the fast way to get money. Search engine optimization takes time, at least going to take 3 to 6 months. We can see some movement quickly, but it just takes time. If you have over 1,200 tasks to do in a technical SEO website update, you can imagine that takes time to get through those. So at a minimum, we're looking typically 3 to 6 months. More normally, we're going to see 6 to 9 or even 12 months before SEO starts to generate tangible results. In the meantime, we recommend paid ads. That's one of our core strategies to get started. That is a quick return, quick results, and it's very easy to measure. So we'll go into that. The typical platforms that we see out there are, you're familiar with Facebook, which is Meta, which is Instagram and Facebook, Google pay-per-click, Google local service, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok. I mean, there are more, but these are typically the ones that we see. So the paid ads formula. So the benefits of this are we have instant traffic. We're really getting results very quickly in a short time frame, and we can make quick adjustments to make sure that we're maximizing the results. Advanced targeting. We are able to narrow in on a specific zip code or zip codes, city, market, demographics. We have extremely refined and very detailed ways that we can limit our audience, which is extremely helpful. Measurable return. We know what we're spending and what we're getting back. We track those. We make sure that we're have all of this in our CRM that we provide for our builders. And then budget control. If we need more business, we can increase the budget. If we don't have funds for a month, we can decrease the budget. We have the flexibility to kind of control that with ads. So that is a very big benefit as well. So then retargeting is very similar to ads. It is a type of advertisement, so it is paid ads. However, it is a very specific type of paid ads. So the retargeting process you've most likely experienced, someone shows interest. So I use the Nike shoes as an example. If I go look at Nike shoes on Foot Locker or Nike.com, that's me showing interest. If I don't make contact or I'm not ready to engage yet, I don't make a purchase in the case of Nikes, I am going to be given more ads. So Nike will probably be giving me more ads. If it was on Foot Locker would be putting ads in front of me, probably for Nikes, but maybe some other brands as well. So we're going to go back and continue to market to the people who are showing some interest but didn't take action yet. So that gets us attention. Ultimately, that drives them back to the website, ideally, and then they convert to a purchase. So that is the retargeting process. So the value in this is we typically see a significant improvement in engagement. The people that we are putting these ads in front of have expressed interest, so it's a slightly warm audience. That is a great kind of fertile ground to be investing in more ads. They're very inexpensive as well, which is great. Brand search, we see over 1,000% increase in brand searches, meaning people searching for a brand. That is a great way to get awareness in your market. Click-through rate also goes up 10 times higher. Click-through rate, meaning they've already seen you, they see you a couple more times, they're more likely to click and take action now. So significant value in the retargeting ads. Looking at the formula, so we're going to build our audience. We can do this with people who watch a certain amount of a video. They can click onto an ad, they can comment on your posts. Any of these things are ways that they are engaging and showing interest. Once they do that, ideally, we know what kind of engagement they had. If they watched a video on a kitchen remodel, that probably means they're interested in a kitchen remodel. So we can tailor our content to make sure that it's personalized and specific to what they are interested in. Cross-platform, so we are able to find someone watching a video on YouTube or Google and then start advertising on Facebook or vice versa. So we want to kind of get that well-rounded, again, omnipresence kind of thing going. That is the way we do that with cross-platform advertising. And then long-term, we want to stay in front of them until they convert. Ideally, we'll find out yes or no one way or the other. All right, so best practices when it comes to reach and retarget. When we look at this, the typical things we want to consider are a comprehensive strategy. We want to get in front of as many people in as many different ways as possible. We want to do organic search, which is great for long-term ROI, paid reach, which is paid advertisement, and retargeting reach, which is getting back in front of those customers. So the roadmap that we usually see that we're currently getting the best results from are to go back to past customers, I should say past leads. So this would be your database. We call it a dead lead revival. We go back to past leads that didn't convert, try and prompt them to re-engage. You'd be surprised how many of them didn't move forward or did move forward with somebody else and didn't have a good experience. We want to put a referral program in place. We want to put a review campaign in place. So these are all things that leverage your past kind of established database. So these are kind of free markets, so to speak. You're not paying to get new customers. And then the two ad platforms we're currently seeing work best are the Meta platform and then Google Local Service. Kind of opposite types of leads. So it's a nice diverse kind of view of how to do paid ads. And then lastly, SEO kickoff, we get SEO going. So this is kind of our typical roadmap when a client comes on board. Now, there are some changes in this, of course, depending on the client, but in general, this is the way that we are seeing the best results today. So let's go back to our leaky funnel model, and I'll call this the tale of two builders. We've got Builder Bob and we have Builder Bill. So we're going to go back and look at the leaky funnel here, right? We want people coming in to top of funnel. We want visitors to turn into leads, leads to turn into bids, and bids to turn into jobs. And we talked about places where these are falling out. If we don't have a good reputation, if we don't have a good website, if we're not posting on social media and putting good content out there, those are all places where we have leaks in the funnel. If we're not making contact quickly enough, if we're not making contact enough times or over a long enough period, those are all places where we are losing money. So that's our leaky funnel in the buyer journey. So if we're going to look at Builder Bill and Builder Bob. So Builder Bill is doing some pretty good business. We have 20,000 visitors we're driving to his website. 5% of those are converting to leads, which is 1,000 leads per month. 10% are converting to bids, which is 100. 100 of those bids with a 20% conversion rate are turning into jobs. That means we've got 20 jobs per month that we're generating for Builder Bill. There are only a couple places where my business can help impact things. The two places where we can help are the visitors to leads and leads to bids. We're not going to come in and talk with you about how to convert more jobs and do your pricing differently. That's outside of the scope of what we do. However, we can influence those first two. So let's look at the big impact that we can have from very small improvements. So as we look at changing the 5% here at the top and the 10% in the second one, we're going to look at changing 20 jobs to 41 jobs. 20,000 visitors, we're just going to bump that to 8%. So we're going to do a better job of converting those people on the website or landing pages by better call to action, by better incentives, by better communicating your message. That increase in leads goes from 20,000 down to 1,600. Now remember, on the past slide, we had 1,000 leads. So that 5% to 8% ended up being 600 more leads. Now with those leads, we're going to put systems in place that respond quickly. When they become a lead and make contact, we want to get to them quickly. We want to follow up enough times and we want to follow up over a long enough period. So this is back to our short game and long game. Changing from 10% to 13%, we had 100 bids on our last slide. So Builder Bill is doing 100 bids. Builder Bob is doing 208 bids. Same 20% conversion rate to jobs, 41 jobs versus 20 jobs. So those small little incremental increases have a huge impact. So when we say it's important to make sure we're not letting things fall through the cracks, this is a view of the impact. This tale of two builders really illustrates what we see day in and day out with people who aren't ready to handle the leads we bring them versus the people who are putting processes and systems in place to make sure they maximize their investment. All right, that wraps up this video on the R4 marketing systems that we use to help builders and remodelers crush their online marketing. Hopefully you found the information helpful. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us and others find the content. And hopefully we'll see you in one of our other videos coming up soon.